just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Bloke In A Bar, brought to you by Bloke Beer. Get in your local, grab a case of the best beer in all the land, the beer of Australian sport. Easy drinking lager. We got a midi as well. We're in all independent liquor stores across the country, especially New South Wales, Queensland, IGA, Liquor Legends, Celebrations, Porter's Liquors, you name it, we're in it. Go and give Bloke Beer a try. I'm here with the big fella, Terrell May. Terrell May, not Tyrell May. Terrell May. Mate, how you going, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, just chilling, bro. I just started pre-season last week, so yeah, trying to get back into it and that.
How many pre-seasons you done now? Would it be like 5 or 6?
I think this is my 4th, but I've only been on TTs like my whole life, so
yeah.
And then I quit footy when I was 21, so that COVID year I just stopped playing.
Far out. Are you getting used to it yet?
Yeah, because I always train in the off season because I got a big crew that train with us, like Tags, obviously. Everyone knows Tago. My little brother Tiny, everyone knows him. So Sony, Luke, like we've got a big crew that trains. So yeah, I'm always trying to stay fit in that.
Bro, it took me like the first 2 pre-seasons, your head's just like, bro, what's happening? Like this is hectic. I reckon it took probably 4 pre-seasons when I was like, you know what? You just got to cop it. Like you just got to cop it and move through it. But what about the year that you had off and when you come back? What was the body like then? Did you train a lot in that year by yourself or?
Nah, the year I like took off is because I gained like 40-something kilos.
No way.
Yeah, so I just took that whole year off and then I came back like unfit and I was just doing New South Wales Cup pre-season, like just for fun and that. And then yeah, like we had that COVID year again that hit, and then that's when my brothers both went to the bubble. Yeah, and I thought I was gonna go with Manly, like because I was going pretty good in the cup season for workers. And then I just stayed back and done that 75 hard challenge.
Really?
With one of my boys, and then ended up like coming fit as and that. So yeah.
Oh, that's mad. We'll definitely get to that because I'd love to hear more about it. But you know, the year that you had personally, I really feel like, you know, it was your breakout year where you impacted, and also almost like I felt watching that you almost realise like what you can bring to a footy side, like very specific how you can impact the game. I feel like sometimes when you're younger, you're just kind of doing your job. Whereas this year, I really felt that when you were coming on the field, you had a very specific goal and you executed it most times. Did you feel that? Like what happened this year that made you play as good as you did, you reckon?
For me personally, it was probably just my confidence, Like the first year I had, I wasn't really that confident. Yeah, I was doing the stuff I was doing in New South Wales Cup, but every time I would come up, I would play like in my show and that. And then after getting dropped for that long stint, I just thought, oh, well, my like season's done. I'm not going to come back. And then a couple injuries and that. Yeah. And then came back and I was like, I better leave it all out. Otherwise I won't play first grade again. And then, yeah, obviously had that good back end and then, yeah.
So what was it like at the Roosters this year? Because what a strange year for you boys. Like everyone's giving you raps at the start of your like premiership threats, the favourites. Then you obviously first probably like 3 quarters it was like clicking, not clicking, and then the end of the year it was like finally clicked. And it seems like Roosters do that. They build in toward the end of the year. But what was it like internally for you boys? Do you reckon was it just like day by day kind of stuff, or was it pretty tough early on?
No, we took it day by day. We always knew what we could do. It was just we had to go and do it on the field. Like every training session, we knew like, oh boys, we can win this week. Like it wasn't a lack of confidence. It was just, I think the gelling. It was hard to gel, like especially the spine and that. Yeah, I think obviously Lindsay was like having a cracker year and like Rads and that. All the middles and they were doing their job pretty good, but it was just team weren't gelling. And then obviously at the back end, we couldn't afford to lose one game. So I think we just left it all out there and then, yeah, ended up making it to the
finals.
Yeah.
So that was because it was down to the last game, wasn't it? That got you into the finals? And you were on like a 6 or 7 game win streak at this stage. Were you just like loving footy at that stage? Because when you're winning games, like footy is the best when you're winning on.
Yeah, so everyone was like happy and just waiting for obviously the 2 teams to knock each other out. And then, so like the back end of footy, it was just so fun. Like all the boys were like so close. We were having like team dinners and that every week. Yeah. Just like training was so fun. But yeah, it just felt different in the back end. And yeah, we obviously felt confident and thought we could have made it to the grand final, but obviously that last minute try from.
I was going to say, first let's talk about the Cronulla game, and then let's talk about the Storm game. But we'll talk about the Shark, because it was the Sharkies that you beat on the buzzer, all basically at the end there. Walk us through that game, because that was crazy, that game. Like, you look down and out, and then, boom, come back.
Nah, I just think, like, we knew we had the game, Like, I felt it straight away when I came on. I was like, oh, I think we got these guys. Like, they looked down and out. We had, obviously, Teddy go to the bin that game. And we just felt confident. Like, I remember me and Lindsay were speaking, and we were just saying, bro, this is easy, bro. This is us. Like, we got this. And then, we just played that game. Like, it was probably, like, our gutsiest win all year. So, to go through that game, that was pretty...
Because you had a few injuries as well, didn't you, in that game?
Joey Manu went down that game.
Yep.
I think Toopsy didn't play. So, we had a couple big injuries that game.
Yeah. And so you win that game, and then you go into the next game against the Storm. What was the Storm game like? Because that again was absolutely insane. Like, it just, the way it all looked like you was going to win, and then obviously they score on the buzzer there. Like, what was that game like?
No, it was just back and forth, like the whole game. Just like their war, our war, and then obviously we had like our whole back five injured except for Teddy, so like everyone rid us off and that. But we felt confident in that, and then we just went in there and done our job. But unfortunately, Will Warbrick wants to do the, I don't know.
Because that would have been, I know you would have, that would have been your first two finals games, correct?
Yeah, that was my first two finals.
What's that experience like compared to a normal NRL season game?
Very different, It's like a normal game, it's not much crowd and no one's really into the game, like if you're playing, but like you just felt the atmosphere the whole game. Yeah. You feel like, bro, like this could be my last time playing, so I might as well leave it all out there. And then, it's very different, very surreal for me, because I didn't know. I didn't have any. It's crazy, bro. And but I just thought like, bro, I better leave it all out here because it's my last game. And then, we lost, but all good.
What about the combo with Lindsay? Because like, I mean, he's playing, and obviously Hargreaves as well. He played so well. What do you reckon? What did you watch this year with Lindsay to see him? Because he was already obviously an Origin player last year and playing well, but I feel like this year, like he just fully went to another level as well. Was it like playing with a guy like Lindsay Collins? And what do you reckon you saw that took his game from like kind of here to there kind of thing?
It's probably all the off-field stuff he does. Like he eats like all like animal-based diet. He doesn't eat like any seed oils and that. So just the off-field, like doesn't showers with filtered water and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Far
right. And just like comes in early when he lives like so close, and like brings his own food. Like does comes in and preps for like an hour and that, and you're just like, bro, no wonder why this guy's like one of the top props in the game, right? And So
it's like from every part of his lifestyle is like basically to make him the best he can be on the footy field. Like, for example, showering with filtered water. That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, everything he does like off the field is to benefit him on the field. Yeah. And you obviously saw what happened this year. Probably our best all year for sure. And I reckon top 3 best props all year. So
man, that's and I mean in Origin he was incredible as well. What's it like in that? You know, that Roosters forward pack, it's definitely one of the forward packs in the competition that, from outside looking in, wants to be feared. Like wants the contact. And look, every forward pack does, but I think there's levels to aggression. Like some forward packs are, like for example, the Storm forward pack for quite a while wasn't necessarily like hyper aggressive. They were just clinical as. Now it might be different now. Whereas like Roosters, I know that Victor's like brought it back a little bit, but it is a very aggressive forward pack. Is that something you guys like work on quite a lot? Is it something you talk about, or it's just that's the group of boys that you got at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of everything. Like obviously you got Jared and Rads. They're not gonna play different just because of the rules, and like they're so aggressive, and they do that like at training too. So like coming in and seeing them train the way they train and how aggressive they are and the way they play, you just automatically go into that as a younger guy looking up to those like leaders. Yeah, you want to try and make your mark, but that's probably why they're so aggressive in that. Like, yeah.
What's it like playing with a guy like Hargreaves? Because like Hargreaves is, for a front rower to be playing in the front row for as many games as he had is like actually crazy, actually insane. And also for him to like bring the same aggression that he brought when he was 20 years old, like the mental toughness he must have must be insane.
Yeah, he's crazy. JWH. Just everything he does, like, he's pretty like loose cannon, but yeah, you just like look up to that stuff and you go, bro, this guy's like 35. How is he still doing that?
Bruh.
You know, I'm only 20, 24, and you just look up to those guys and you don't want to disappoint them. Like, you don't want to disappoint any of your teammates, but especially like a guy like Jared, because he'll let you know on the field and off the field. Like, he's not going to go, oh, yeah, nah, you did a good job. He'll tell you to your face. Yeah. So, yeah.
Man, Lockie didn't speak that much, but he'd just give you this look, Lockie, and you'd just be like, oh, I feel like I let my dad, man. I feel like I let my dad down, bro.
Yeah, 100, yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
All right, well, take us back to a young fella. You're born in Blacktown, grew up in Blacktown?
Nah, I was born in Blacktown. I grew up in Mountie.
Okay.
Yeah, so my family's lived in Mountie their whole life. Parents come from Mount Druitt.
Yeah.
Us boys, or my whole family, yeah, we grew up in Mountie. I can't remember leaving Mountie. Like, we still haven't left Mountie. I just bought a house in Mount Druitt too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, so I moved in yesterday. So
is it weird how different, because the boys are put on the map, you know, like, you've obviously got the Penrith boys, you've got 1-4, you've got Ty Tuivasa, you've got Tyson Pedro, like, repping that area. 4 or 5 years ago, or maybe longer, 6 years ago, it'd be like, Westie. Like, now, everyone wants to be from the West. Is that strange to see the difference because you grew up in it?
Yeah, it's very like weird, because when I was like younger, like, you would ask, oh, where are you from? And then they'll be like, oh, Rudy Hill. That's just like outside of Mountie. It's like a really? Kind of a nice area.
Yeah.
Like, but you know they live in Mount Druitt. They're just too embarrassed to say it. But now you get like kids out living down here, like, I've been to Mount Druitt now. And you're like, bro, like, relax. It's not like a special place. It's just a normal place. Like, yeah, but I don't see the difference, like the way the media portray Mount Druitt.
Yeah,
because I grew up there. So
it was your area. It's your thing, you know?
So yeah,
it's I think it's like pretty special, because just like when you think about the impact that's had, you know, across the country. Like, I think there'd be a lot of other areas that, you know, it is tough in those areas sometimes, and financially people can struggle, but that would give other areas a lot of hope. You know, for example, in Brisbane, isn't it, Logan? And like, it's a tough area. It's not like crazy or anything. You're not walking, you know, around wigging out all the time. But they also have had people come out of that area that makes young kids proud of that area rather than having to be. So I just think that I watched the obviously 1-4 documentary, which was really interesting. I think it's just the impact that it's had. You can't really put a financial value on it because it is so big, and there's be so many other areas around the country that would go, you know what, like, I don't have to be worried about where I'm from. Like, fuck, look what they're doing, kind of thing. Yeah. Is that something that, like, obviously you would have always been proud to be from the area, but is it even more now that you're proud to be from the area and having grown up there?
Oh, for me, it's just normal. Like, I don't go around saying, oh, I'm from Mount Druitt. Yeah. And that, I just, like, I know where I'm from. Like, everyone knows where I'm from. I'm not going to go out and rep my area just because it's like a postcode or whatever. But yeah, I love, like, Sydney in general. Like, I'm not going to rep Mountie just because I'm from there. Like, but yeah, just feel like it's home for me. Like, I'm comfortable there. I don't feel like I need to say I'm from Mount Druitt to be from there. Yeah.
No, it's it's just, like, especially because I had Fisher Harrison, Leota in here as well yesterday. And they're just crazy to see. As I said, from a guy from Queensland, it's just crazy to see the impact that it's had. It's so I remember the first time I heard a 1-4 song, and I was like, what is going on? Like, because I'm a hip hop fan, so like, you know, I grew up on, like, my first CD I ever bought was Tupac, and then, like, you know, 50 Cent, Eminem, but all that kind of stuff. And I was like, what is this? And I'm like, am I being a hater? Obviously, I would never, like, talk shit publicly, but in my head, I'm sitting going, what is going on here? And then I would be like, listening to music, I'd be like, you know what? I want to try 1-4 song again. And then again. And I was like, bro, this is actually fucking hectic. So, yeah, I'm a massive fan. Now, so growing up, was it always footy, or was it other sports? Was it, you know, did you just love being outside, or?
Yeah, like, my dad made us, like, all outside kids. Like, growing up, my dad was very strict. Like, we were running hills and that by the age of 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, like, stuff like that. But not just for footy, but just for anything. Like we used to do little A's, like anything. Like my dad could put us in, he would chuck us in. So we're all like pretty athletic, And then I think my dad just loved footy so much. So obviously started with Tyrone, and then you know when you see your older brother like playing footy, you want to try go and do the same thing. And then obviously Tiny, being the young one, he wants to do the same thing as his brothers. So yeah, footy was always in our DNA, and my dad instilled it from young. So yeah.
Was he an athlete or a footy player growing up or anything, or he just wanted to get you boys out of the house and exercise them?
Nah, he played footy, but he's just like a A grader. Like just like he was more good at like those like not weird sports, but like the sports I wouldn't play, like cricket and like like stuff like that. Like we don't even like I don't even know what cricket like any of the rules or anything like stuff. But my dad just loved footy, so like he taught us by the age of like I reckon 8, I was passing both ways.
Oh,
easy,
really?
Yeah, because like we used to like get like pretty bad hidings if we didn't like. He would put a trampoline up at the back of our house and put like a circle with tape. Yeah. And if you didn't hit that like 100 times, 50 on each side, like we'll get pumped. So yeah.
Obviously, in the time you would be, it would upset you because you're a kid. Do you look back on it now though and go, I'm grateful for the platform it gave me to achieve what I've achieved today? Or how do you look back on it?
No, 100%, bro. Like all of us boys, we hated our dad growing up, but we didn't understand like what he was doing for us. But now we all understand like how that tough love obviously got us to where we were. But yeah, when we were younger, like those hidings and those training sessions that we got, like we thought it was for no reason. And looking back now, you just think like, imagine if we didn't have like a dad like him.
Yeah, it's like obviously different scenario, but like when you're a young boy, me as well, you just, because your dad like never, he doesn't sit you down usually. You're too young to understand what's happening. And we didn't have like dramas or anything like that, but it wasn't until I was honestly like 24, 25 where I realized all the sacrifices that were made by dad. But because he's out of the house like so much working or whatever, you just don't know what he's doing, because mum's home taking care of the kids. You just see what she's doing. So, all the sacrifices she's making. Honestly, it wasn't until I was like 24, 25 when I realized, far out, this guy made like crazy sacrifices like to give me the opportunity to be exactly where I am today.
Yeah, 100. That's how I feel. That's why every time I like play football, I just like think, do it for your family, because they sacrifice so much for you.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be the person you are without your parents. Like that's me, like 100%. Like my parents always said blood was thicker than water, and I've stuck by that since I was young. But I obviously didn't know the meaning until like a couple of years ago, like maybe 2-3 years ago.
So I got to ask, who like what was your special? Because you did little A's in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of all the 3 brothers, what was each of your specialties in little A's? Was it like 100, 200, long jump, shot put? Like what was it?
Oh, me and Tiny used to probably like take all of it, like everything out, because like we were real fast and strong. But this guy, like Tyrone, he was like the long distance guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he would win all that, like long distance stuff, whereas me and Tiny would win all the like hundreds, like short put, high jump, stuff like that.
Did you go to like state in that?
Yeah. We went to like the positions like next, but sometimes they would clash with footy. Yeah. So we didn't like, footy was obviously our number one, so we wouldn't go.
So at what age, so you were training all the time from a very young age. When did you get put into actual footy to start playing it? Was it like 5, 6?
I started at 6, just at a club called Mitchenbury Jets. Like a couple of boys come from there. Obviously us, the Jennings brothers. Bizza started there, Romy, Spence, Critter.
Wow.
So yeah,
far out.
But they all went to different clubs. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that was the club I started at when I was 6, and then.
Did you love it straight away, or did it take you a while to fall in love with the game?
Nah, I loved it. Yeah. Because I still got like the records there for like most club champions. Most,
really?
Yeah, because I was very good as a kid, and then. Yeah, once I think I hit like a stage where I just hated footy. Like it was like at 10 when I broke my arm.
Oh, really?
I sucked for ages. Like everyone was hitting puberty and I was just like trash, bro.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't want to play anymore. He's bullying me, bro. Yeah.
So how'd you break your arm? Just playing footy?
Nah, I was swinging at the local park in Trizzle, and then I thought I was Superman and jumped off and broke my arm in 2 places. Oh. Yeah, and then copped the hiding too with a broken arm. Didn't go to the hospital till 5 days later, bro.
I swear to God.
Yeah, and then my dad like apologized to me after like the 5 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, all good. You could have said that after I got a hiding, bro. Yeah.
So you said you fell out of love of the game. So when did you, I guess, go back? Did you stop playing?
Nah, I always played just because my dad forced me to play.
Okay.
And my brothers obviously still played. So I was always just playing footy just because of my family, you know? But it wasn't for myself.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just that.
So you kept playing. At what point did you go? Because you said people were hitting puberty and that. At what point did you start to like be able to, I guess, mix it with the big boys?
Probably when I was 19, eh?
Oh, so it took quite a while.
Yeah, like I was a late developer. I actually quit footy when I was 18.
Yeah.
Because I made the SG Ball Penrith like reject team. I made that, and then after that season, I was just like, oh, I don't think footy's for me, eh? Just quit. And then Tiny ended up playing 3 years up to the C grade. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, so he was 16 playing 19s.
Far out.
And then he's like, the only reason like I played was because I'll play with him. Yeah. So I'll go, oh, if you play, I'll jump back in.
Yeah.
And ended up having like a real good season, like a breakout season at my local club, and then got picked up from Jimmy Jones at the Penrith, and then done the 20s as a training trial, and then ended up breaking through and having a good year there too.
Far out. Okay, so yeah, you come back to play with your brother. So through that whole period from like pretty much you'd made no rep sides, or you?
Never made a rep side.
Far out.
So yeah,
it's if you're a young fella listening, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's like good to make the rep sides, and it does. But you hear so many stories of players that sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. Sometimes there's politics involved. Certain kids get selected, certain kids don't. It's not a prerequisite to get picked up by a club. It really is. I mean, I was playing soccer, so like, you know what I mean? So stay patient, stay patient. So, okay, so you come back in, you play with your brother, and you have a really good year. So was Penrith the only club that approached you and said, do you want to train and trial? Or was there other clubs that were kind of interested in you, but you just wanted to stay?
Oh, no, it was just Penrith, because I was like, I was playing under the Penrith district.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was just Penrith, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I'll give it a crack, because Tiny was doing SG ball and training with 20s. So I was like, oh, this will be mad. Like, get to train with my brother. I didn't really care about the training, and I'll just get to be with my brother.
Yep.
So, yeah, ended up signing a TT that year. Like, when it was my age 20s, it was my last year of 20s, and then had a real good preseason. And, yeah, ended up, I think, playing, like, the first 10 games, and then Para hit me up. For a dev, and then I was like, nah, I'm loyal. Like, I'm staying with my brothers. Like, I want to be with my brothers. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about NRL. Like, just want to be with my brothers.
Yep.
And ended up, like just having a bad ego in 20s. Like, thought I was bigger than the game and like the boys and that. And then I got sacked from Penrith.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so things are going really well, and then you get. What was the reason specifically for getting sacked? Was it
just training shit, like, bad attitude. Like, I was always playing good. Like, I was playing pretty good, like, during the year. Ended up making a cup debut that year. But just my attitude, like, even I knew it myself, like, bro, what are you doing? And then too late to realise after I got sacked. But they didn't tell me nothing. Like, that's what I was a bit dirty on. Like, I could have went to Para. Like, if I knew that, like, you were going to do that, I would have just went to Para and then, done a dev there. But
or even like if they had communicated with you like, bro, your attitude's bad and we're going to sack you if you don't pull your head in, then you might have. Did they have that chat with you?
Nah, that's the thing. They didn't have that chat with me. But I was young. Like, I didn't know. Like, I thought, I could just get away with it. I'm playing good. Like, I don't need to train hard and that. But obviously, when you go up into NRL, like, you got to be switched on every single day. Like, you can't. So do
you think that's been like listening to you're a really good athlete going up, but do you think your biggest hurdle for you personally is not that things come too easy, but you haven't had to work maybe as hard as other people because you're naturally gifted? So those early years, like, maybe you took things for granted a little bit, or am I?
Nah, you're 100% right. I was always like naturally gifted. Like, I didn't really, even when we were younger, like, my brothers would always train so hard, and I would just be like at the back cruising. Like I would always get in trouble from my dad. Like wherever we train, I would have the worst session. My dad would make me run from where we train and run home while my brothers are in the car, already at home, waiting for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just, when I was growing up, I always had a bad attitude towards training and that. And then I had to realize like your attitude towards training is going to be your attitude towards the game. So you got to pick it up and that. And then, now I fixed it.
So when Penrith said you're done, was that the moment you realised, or did it take a few more lessons to make you fully realise like I need to fix my attitude, I need to be dedicated to my craft kind of stuff?
Yeah, no, that was the time I like knew I needed to be dedicated, because I was like, just like I had a cracker year, and like a lot of clubs hit me up, but it was too late because it was at the end of the year. Like they've already signed all their devs, their top 30s. So I just ended up signing a TT at Tigers and doing NRL there under Madge. So yeah, I had to realise real quick.
Yeah,
like,
was it hard for you because you're at Penrith, you're with your brothers, it's comfortable, you know the boys, you know the area like the back of your hand. Was it hard moving to the Tigers and I guess meeting new people, or you were just like, you know what, I just want to crack at first grade training and potentially NRL?
Nah, it was very hard, leaving like all my childhood mates. Like I grew up with all these boys like you're seeing right now, like killing it and that. Like we all know each other from the area, we all grew up together. And obviously being with my brothers, like having to leave them just because of my attitude, I just hated it. And then I did end up quitting footy that year after my TT.
Yep.
So I did. Yeah.
So you rock up to the Tigers, and what was it? Did you quit footy because you're just unhappy? In the environment. Kind of thing?
Just unhappy, bro. Just like didn't want to train, didn't want to be there. Not because I didn't like the Tigers, just because of myself, like my own self, like not wanting to be there. So that was.
And so, do you remember? So that would have been your first grade preseason with the Tigers, and obviously Madge, he's a hard but fair coach. Yeah. Was that a shock to the system at how intense first grade training is, or you were already kind of, I guess, aware of that?
I was aware, but it was a shock to the system. Obviously, like Madge, bro, like. So strict and that, but yeah, he actually really liked me, and he tried to give me a contract there, but I was like, told him, nah, I'm quitting footy, and ended up quitting. But yeah, it was just a shock, like how much training, how long the days are. Yeah, I was just like, what the hell is this, bro? I didn't sign up for this,
Mate, it's funny when you look back when you're younger. It's almost like, what was I thinking? Like, as in, now that you're older and you kind of appreciate the opportunities that you've got, and like you realise like, oh, I could be working a trade or doing something else. But when you're younger, you're just not thinking straight. Like you're just thinking about all the negative things and rather than all the positive things. Well, I mean, that's what I did sometimes when I was younger.
Yeah, nah, it's the same as me. Like I was doing construction and that, like after I quit, and I was like, oh, what the hell am I doing, bro? I go back to footy, stop waking up at 5 and finishing at 5 in the bloody heat like this. And then, I was just like, bro, I'm so ungrateful. Like, what am I doing? That's why I ended up going back. Like, I just thought to myself, like, bro, give it one good crack. Like, why are you quitting? You're like gifted to be a footy player. You just don't want to put in the hard work. Yeah. And I just thought like, it's either like train hard or go work. And I'd rather train hard and try cracker. So
absolutely. So the conversation with you had with Madge, was he like, mate, stick it out, or was he like, look, I understand? What was that conversation like when you said, oh, I'm just quitting?
No, he was just like, he was more like, oh, stick it out. Like, I really think you can develop as a player. You've obviously like been going better each week and that. Then I just ignored his calls. I know, I was young and dumb, bro. Yeah. And just quit. So you quit, and then you go and get a construction job. Yeah. How long did it take you to go, you know what, like, I need to get back, have another proper crack? Bro, I think I quit after 2 weeks,
As in?
Construction.
Yeah. Wow.
Bro, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, training it to, like, Riverwood, like, 2 hours away. I was like, bro, what the hell am I doing? Yeah, quit. And then I was like, I need to go back, like, do something. Like, that's not this. And then I ended up getting into disability, and I loved it, but I just knew, like, I felt like I was destined to be a footy player. Yeah. So what was the process? So you quit footy, and then the process of heading back. Which club did you go to? Like just the New South Wales Cup one, or? Yeah, just Blacktown Workers, and then ended up like I said, I had to pretty decent year there, and then COVID hit.
Was that in New South Wales Cup?
Yeah,
So you went
yeah.
straight in, and basically you quit footy, and then went straight back in, and you made the New South Wales Cup side.
Yeah. And then played, I think it was like 10 games or something, and then that's when COVID came, and the boys all went Sunny Coast.
Yeah, okay.
And then I was like burning, bro. I was like, bro, what am I gonna do? Like, I was only doing 1 day a week with Manly, and that was like the last 4 games that I had with Workers, because I was playing like good. They ended up like telling me to come train with the Manly boys, but they had no room to take me to Sunny Coast.
Oh, wow.
And I was burning, bro. And then ended up just like training back at home with one of my boys. And then that's when my younger brother debuted that year, and none of us could go. Oh. Yeah, and bro, it just motivated me so much, like seeing how hard he was training off the field. Yeah. And like he was already like gifted. And then like seeing him debut, I was like, bro, like that's your younger brother. You should be like, he should be looking up to you, not the other way around, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to train and give it one more crack, and then ended up getting a deal with the North Sydney Bears and having a good year that year. So
when Manly went away, were they keen to sign you on for next year, but North Sydney was just a better option? Like
they were keen to sign me for, I think it was like a 6-week training trial.
Yeah.
And Roosters obviously came in and said, oh, we'll give you 6 weeks as well. And I was like, Manly or Roosters? I was like, oh, I'll go Roosters. Yeah. See how it is, because I obviously knew they were a good club and that. And yeah, ended up at Roosters.
So was it training trial with first grade?
Yeah. So 6 weeks with first grade, and then I was back to cup for ages until I debuted that against my little brother. Yeah. That was the first week I went back to first grade.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I didn't train with them I didn't know any other plays when I debuted, because they changed like heaps of the plays, and then I got in that week, and they were calling like different plays, and I was just standing there like, bro, what are we doing? And yeah.
So the training trial, the 6 weeks, what was it like rocking up to, like, you know, and it's like, no disrespect to Tigers, they've got some good players, but like you're rocking up to the Roosters, this is like cream of the crop, like, you know, your Teddies, your Hargraves, like Manus, Tupou. What was that like rocking up to that first grade squad? Yeah, it was very different, because that's when, like, you know, all the boys started week 1. So like Rads was there, Tilly, all of them were there. I was just like, oh, what the hell? But because I already prepped, like I done that, like I said, that 75 hard, I was like 95 kilos, bro. Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, walk us through that. Sorry. So Manly go away to COVID, then you put on all that. Was that then when you put on all that weight when you couldn't play any footy?
Nah, so that was just, I was just playing, like my playing weight at Workers was 120. I was just playing at that weight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but like
far out.
Yeah.
What was your gas tank like with 120 kegs on you?
Nah, bro, I was playing like 80 minutes.
Swear to God.
The last 4 rounds, I was playing 80 minutes, like, because I used to carry like my weight pretty good.
Yep.
And obviously Manly Workers don't get much players from Manly, so they rely on their cup boys a lot. So yeah, the last 4 rounds I was doing 80 minutes.
What are you, 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'3",
6'3", so big boy. Okay, so then what made you do the 75 hard to lose all the way? Like, what prompted that? Because you're playing good footy heavier. What made you decide to lose all the weight?
Oh, boredom, eh? Like, I was just sitting at home, like, because obviously Tiny and this, like, Tyron went up to the bubble. So I was at home by myself, and my little sister already moved out. So it was just me and my baby sister, who was like 6 at the time, and my parents. Yeah. So I was just like, and then obviously couldn't work because of COVID. Yeah. So I would just lay at home, like, and I just came across this YouTube video of this guy, like David Goggins. Yeah. And then, bro, like, just searching up heaps of stuff, and then ended up doing this, like, David Goggins challenge. It was like 72 hours. Every 4 hours you got to run, I think it was like 3.2 Ks.
So 72 hours, every 4 hours, you got to run 3.2 Ks.
Yeah.
So you got to wake up.
Yeah, so you got to wake, so say you got to start at 12.
Yeah.
You finish your run, you go back home, you got to wake up at 4 a.m. For 3 days straight. And I've done that while I was fat, so.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How was your headspace at the end of that?
Nah, I was just like, bro, if I can do this, I can do anything. So I ended up doing the 75 challenge, and then.
So 72 hours, so the last run, you would have done like what? 10 runs or something like that?
Yeah. 12
runs.
Yeah, 12.
So you're waking up for your second last run, What's your headspace like? 'Cause you would have been sleep deprived.
Yeah, bro. I was like, I think I was hallucinating, but I was doing it with two of my boys. Tago's older brother that I'm really close with. He's my age, Jake, and one of these other boys, and we were just doing it. So I didn't want to let them down because Tago's older brother actually fainted the run before, fell down the stairs, bro.
Holy.
Yeah, because he's like fainted, because he's obviously all that stuff. And then I was like, oh, bro, I got to do it for Molso. So yeah, just done it.
Holy.
Yeah.
How long did you sleep after the last one?
Bro, 16 hours. We all slept for 16 hours. Yeah, they slept at mine too. So we're doing it at my house.
Far out. That's crazy. And I mean, I guess it puts you in such a good stead for like, this is what it takes. Like, obviously you don't have to do that in NRL training, but you got to push your mind to some pretty tough areas. And for you to get through that, I guess it would have given you a lot of confidence for the next challenge, which was the 75-day challenge. Yeah,
it did. Like, I just thought like, if I can do that, surely I can do this. Then ended up jumping on a 75 hard challenge, and like I actually went like pretty crazy. Like I don't think I talked to my older brother the whole year, like during thing, and I would only like talk to my younger brother maybe like once a month, just because I went like pretty loopy. Like I was running 20 Ks a day.
Swear to God.
Like yeah, like I was that fit, bro. Like I remember going back to Roosters training and like everyone thought I was a winger.
Swear to God.
Yeah, because I
lost
like
so much weight.
Yeah, and I came first in all the testing.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they were all like, what the hell? Like, is this guy a winger? And then when they found out I was a front row, they were like, oh, what the hell? And then they found out obviously who I was.
Happened?
Yeah, like the May's middle brother. So yeah.
Okay.
Like,
oh wow, that's crazy. So the 75 hard, what does that consist of for people listening? What do you?
So you got to train twice a day. You can't drink. You got to read 10 pages a day. You got to drink like a certain amount of water and take a photo every day. But I was doing it so I was training 3 times a day, and then reading for an hour. And I just took it to the next level because like I was bored. I had no job. And that, so yeah.
Far. Okay, so you rolled into Roosters training. Was that so? Obviously, the fitness for you would have been mad, sweet. But the contact, was it hard to get? Not hard because you naturally gifted, but did it take a little bit to get your body back to the shape it needed to be to take that contact?
Yeah, it did because but it was sweet because I remember the year before I came, apparently Robbo like turned down the contact because the boys were like fighting, like punching on our training and that, and like trying to kill each other. Yeah. So the year I came, like he turned down the contact. It was just like 2 hands or like get in front.
Yep.
So yeah, it was like pretty sweet, and then obviously I naturally put on weight during the year. So yeah.
So what weight do you play at now? About 105?
Nah, 110.
110.
Oh, 114.
114.
Yeah. Oh, like depends. Like I vary. Like
yeah.
Back end I was like 112, 110.
Yeah. Start of the year you always put on weight during the season.
Yeah. At start of the year, like right now I'm like 108. Like, but during the season I'll be like 112. Easy.
Okay, so you rock up to the Roosters and you start training and this would have been 2021 heading into 22?
Yep.
Okay, and so you do the preseason. Is this when did you start to realise, man, I could actually play NRL here? Like obviously you already knew that you had the talent to play NRL, but actually being in a system and then like sometimes you get selected, like when you do opposed, you might get put on the first grade side and you go, oh, I'm pretty close here. Or was it out of nowhere that you got your debut?
Yeah, it was like out of nowhere. I was always training on the second team.
Yeah.
On the wing.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like, those guys like Robbo, oh yeah, go on the wing, bro.
Yeah.
And I was always that guy, or like go center. Like, oh bro, I don't think I trained like front row once, like that whole year. I was just the extra guy, like jump on wherever.
Really?
Yeah, and then like I had like a very good year in Cup, and then like there was talks of me debuting, but Robbo never gave me a hint or anything.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like a Tuesday. He called me and he's like, oh, I need you this week to train the full week of first grade. And I was like, oh, that's pretty weird. But I knew like I could debut that round. Like, because it was round 11, you're allowed to debut TTs.
Yeah,
so yeah. Otherwise, I think I was going to debut early in the year because I was playing so good in Cup. And then, ended up debuting that year.
So walk us through the debut. So how did he name? Did you just name the squad and you were like, oh shit, I'm in it? Or was it close?
Nah, he called me and then told me he's going to name me.
Yeah.
And I was like 24th or something. Yeah, 24th man. And and he goes, I'll call you tomorrow to tell you if you're gonna debut. And then he called me and he's just like, oh, there's no secrets, like you don't have to hide it from your brother and that. We're just gonna announce it today.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sorry, Robert, I can't like hide it. You're on speaker and he's right next to me. And he's like, oh, I just started laughing. And then obviously like he told all the boys like, so it was pretty mad to debut against my little brother.
So you get named at your debut and you're like, what are the chances that it would be against your little brother? Like that's like the chances are tiny, but no pun intended. And so you get named, and what do you remember from the game? Like what's something that stands out for you?
Oh, just how like fast it was. Like I remember taking my first carry and then blowing, bro, and like my legs were gone, and I just remember, please get me off right now, bro. And that's when like I think I made a line break, my first ever run.
Really?
Made like half a line break.
We'll have to try and find.
And then got tackled, and then I remember we done a crossfield kick, and Critter picked it up and ran the whole field, bro. And I was chasing him, and I was like, bro, what the hell? Like in the goal line, like, and we were getting pumped, bro. I just remember Romy coming up to me and saying, all day, we'll saw all day. And I was like, fuck, bro, you little cheeky, you know? But yeah, just...
Because you would have known half the boys.
I knew all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew all of them. And I grew up with, like, most of them, obviously all the Mountie boys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, growing up, like, watching them play with my older brother, and then some of them playing with me, and then some of them playing with my younger brother.
Yeah.
And then seeing us all on the field, that's what, like, made me like, oh, damn, bro, I can't believe I'm playing against all my guys. Like, but oh well, like this
was
is my
it weird
side,
playing
man.
against your brother? Because that probably would have been first time.
Yeah,
you played against him.
Oh no, he actually I played against him twice in cup.
Oh okay.
Yeah, and he scored like 3 tries both games. Him and Tago scored like 6 tries together.
Yeah,
and like he's 3-0 against me. I've never beat him.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's 3-0.
I remember when I first played my older brother in soccer.
Yeah,
it was so weird, man. It didn't feel right. If I'm being honest, it didn't feel right.
Yeah,
like, it felt weird.
Same as me. Like for me, I never thought I would play my brother.
Yeah,
like especially in a big stage like that. And I don't know, it just felt weird. Like I remember him could have ran like through me. He ended up like running into a player to not run through me.
Yeah, wow.
And then after the game, I thought, bro, you should have just like. He's like, nah, I'd never like. I don't care like about like family and that. I was like, bro, who cares? Like, and like my dad even said to us, like, hey, remember, there's no friends or family on the field. And then it was like, oh,
it's just a weird feeling.
Yeah,
man. I don't know how to describe it because like you respect them more than anyone, so you would go hard. If you respect someone, you go as hard as you can. But it's just this like, I don't know how to play. Like that's my older brother. Like,
yeah, especially being my younger brother. Like I've always wanted to protect him
for sure.
But like. Yeah, playing against him, it was just like, well, I didn't want to tackle him. I didn't want to like run at it. Like obviously he's playing on the wing. Like I just didn't want to do anything to. I didn't want to fight. Like I didn't want the boys to get in it because I know like I'm gonna have to, break it up for me and my brother like sweet like because I'm obviously like teammates with yous, but my brother's my brother. Like you know what I mean? Even though he can bang, like, but I'm like not gonna. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, we know he can bang up. Bloody, Lussick. Holy. What was that like watching your brother step into the ring for the first time?
It was.
Was it nerve wracking, or you just
no? Oh, yeah. We've seen him scrap a couple of times. It's just not in a ring sense. We were confident. Like even though he only trained 2 weeks for that fight, like proper boxing, because he's always been like he grew up in karate and like he's always been a kicker. Like he loves kicking.
Yeah, okay.
So seeing him just box was weird, but like we all knew like that he could bang, but we didn't know he was gonna like
that well.
Yeah, that like we didn't know how good he was because we seen him like so drained, like because he was still training preseason. Like Ivan didn't care about his boxing. He would go and do boxing after and that. And he got real like skinny, bro. Like lost heaps of weight and hated life, bro. Yeah. So like seeing him so like confident and happy that day he walked out, we knew like, bro, this guy's in for a good night. So
he's got a chin on him. I'll tell you that. Lustig has a chin on him.
Yeah,
holy
man.
It was almost, halfway, like not even halfway through our fight, like early in the fight, I was like, stop the fight. This is unnecessary punishment.
I know. Like, he was talking a big game at training and that. Like, nothing against Freddie, but he was talking a lot. Like, he was going to pump Tiny and that. And then, like, seeing Tiny pump him, I was just like, oh, that's your fault for, like, talking that. So much, when my brother wasn't saying nothing, like he was just kicking back and that.
Bro, if I ever had to do a boxing fight, I'd do the opposite. So in all the press conferences, I go, yeah, he probably could knock me out. I am really scared. I am scared. Because, like, then it's like, oh, if you get knocked out, you're like, oh, he said it, sweet. Whereas, like, if you go out there going, bro, I'm friggin' the next Floyd Mayweather, you're like setting yourself up for getting clipped on Instagram forever.
Yeah, nah, that's why, like, my brother said, like, he was quiet the whole thing. Like, I remember I went to, like, a press conference and they were doing pads and that, and the guy, like, announcing it was roasting my brother.
Oh, really?
And my brother, like, sent it to me. He's like, bro, look at this guy, like, roasting me just because I'm not hitting the pads, like, properly, like.
What the hell?
Yeah, and then he was like, oh, this looks like a very good fight. Taylan May looks like he's going to have a very good fight or something. And then we were just laughing and then, yeah, what happened.
yeah. They let the actions do the talking.
Yeah,
okay, so, 2022, obviously, debut in round 11. How many games did you play that season? It was about 4 or 5?
No, I think it was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you stay in the side after the debut or did you come back?
Nah, I stayed for a couple of weeks and then got dropped just because, like, obviously I wasn't playing good, like, so I understood, like, because it's very hard to get into that, especially, like, if you're only playing, was I playing, like, 10 minutes every game, so, it was very hard to get used to the speed and that.
So did Robbo say to you, like, this is all part of the development, mate, like, you know, you play your first 8 games, but that doesn't mean you're not going to go back and work on these certain things, or was it just...
Yeah, no, it was more like, this is developing you to be an NRL player.
Yeah.
Like, he always talked to me. The first year I had with him, he would say, like, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. And I'll be like, sweet, like, all good. And then ended up, I think, playing a couple games at the back end, and I was doing really good in the last 4 games, and he was real happy. Yeah. But then I think he chose, like, in the semis, because I was young and inexperienced, he chose to back instead of me. The boys lost to Souths in that, like, when the bro sent off like 20 players.
Holy. That was mental, that game. Absolutely mental.
Yeah.
Okay, so that season goes, and in the 2022 and 2023 off-season, did you, because you'd almost been rewarded and you'd experienced first grade now and you'd almost... not convince yourself, but you had reassured yourself that, like, this is where I belong. Did you go off and have a professional off season where you stayed in shape, ready to go in 2023?
Yeah, I came in better shape than what I came in the year before.
Yep.
Like, I came in very good. Like, I think I was the fittest front row there. Like, I came in like I wasn't a first grade player. I came in like I was a TT again. Yep. And they were very impressed. Like, that year, because Robbo didn't come back till after Chrissy. Okay. So I went back day 1 because I was a younger, like, guy, and they didn't know how many pre-seasons I've done. Yep. So I came back with Rilesy and that, and then just trained the house down, and then Robbo ended up coming back in Jan and saying, "Oh, I've heard very good things about you. Keep it up," and then obviously kept having a good pre-season.
So So in 2022, did you sign a full-time contract, just 1 year?
Nah, I signed 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, so it was like I was on TT, and then I just signed a dev and 2 top 30s a year after.
So is it this year that you're top 30 now, or was it 2023?
Last year. Oh, last year I went top 30, and this year.
So so are you off contract next year? As in,
like I can talk to clubs right now. Yeah. So
where's, like, I guess, where's your head at with that? Like, obviously you're extremely grateful to the Roosters, and I'm sure you're in talks. Where's your head at with all
Nah, 100%. I'm gonna be honest here. My talks is whoever wants to sign three of us brothers. That's where I'm gonna be at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Robbo knows too. Like, I haven't hid it from him.
Yep.
So whichever club wants 3 brothers, that's the club I'll be at.
Yeah, wow. So is Tiny off contract too?
Yeah, we're all off same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And is that, so have any clubs shown interest in that, or you haven't really started that because obviously you've still got a whole year left in your contract?
Clubs have shown interest. It's just what club we want to be at, but obviously want to stay at Roosters. But it's hard when the the brothers, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got they're outside. Your outside backs are stacked at the Roosters.
Stacked.
Even though Tiny's fucking head, he's up there with the best in the comp. Man, that's really interesting. So, is it like that, a hard and fast rule, or that's the preference? But obviously, if it doesn't work out, then you know.
Yeah, that's a preference. Like, if a club can get all three of us, I'll sign there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what. Like, I think everyone would. If you had two brothers, like, you could be the same club with, like, I think you would want to be with them, like, no matter the situation.
We'll look at the Trbojevic boys.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so that. But if it don't work out, my preference is to be at Roosters for the rest of my life.
Yeah, okay. So you
or
really did
back home.
in Penrith.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, if I had a brother playing in NRL, I'd bloody want to be playing with them as well. And you look, as I said, you look at the Trbojevic brothers. I'm sure they were probably offered individually bigger deals to go somewhere else, but the draw of playing together, it's like, well, I mean, look at Ivan and Nathan Cleary. Like, Ivan left the Tigers to coach his son, so very like natural thing to want.
Yeah, especially for me, like, because obviously I'm a massive family guy. Like, my family's everything. Like, obviously, like, I could have went Melbourne. Like, everyone knows that. Like, it came out in the media.
Oh, so they were.
Yeah. That was true. Like, I was gonna go there, but I can't leave my family, especially now. Like, I just bought a house.
Yep.
You know, I got like family. Like, I want to be with my family. I want my parents to retire and stuff. So I want to look after them first. And yeah, obviously the preference is for us to be together. But if that can't happen, like, I just want to be with at least one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an honourable thing, bro. Honourable thing. Do you have anything else off the field that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I used to game a lot. Like, I used to be like hard out, like into like pro level of Australia and that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What game? COD?
Yeah, COD and Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I used to be a real gamer and
Bro, you know what's mental? Is like, so nowadays it's like pretty normal for the boys, like, you know, Twitch, gaming, like, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When I was coming through, I got bullied relentlessly because I was a gamer. But I was a nerd gamer. Like, I was playing like fucking World of Warcraft and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was playing COD too. Like, I was playing Call of Duty when it was just on PC.
Yeah.
So it didn't used to be on console. It used to be just on PC. But yeah, when I was growing up, bro, I used to get peppered because I play video games. Whereas like now, it's I don't know, is it normal now? Like,
yeah, it's normal, bro. Like, our training, the boys like, hey, you jumping on after training? Like, it's like a normal fit. Like, if you're not on, you're like a nerd. Like, yeah.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, the boys
bro.
all got consoles and that. It's
I
mad.
used to get so peppered. Like, no, like, put it this way. There wasn't a single person in my squad that played video games. That's how different it is.
Like, you had the older boys, eh? Like, Lockie and that, you know?
Like, Darren Lockie wasn't going home fucking dropping a 25 bomb in Warzone.
No way, bro.
I love it though. Like, I do think that the game has changed like a lot to accommodate all different kinds of people. Whereas when I come through, and it would have been the same, you know, people before me as well. You used to have to like conform pretty hard. Like, this is the way we do things. This is who you got to be. Whereas I feel like the game's opened up a lot to, you know, you can express yourself whilst also putting the team first. You can still express yourself. Do you game anymore or just casually game?
Just casual. Yeah. Like, sometimes I still jump on and like play. Like, I always try, but I'm only on with my like fams, like my cousin, my little cousins who's like 11, my little sister who's 10.
Yeah.
Like, I only play with my cousins and that. Like, I don't full play like to go pro.
Hard out,
yeah, I do one day want to start streaming and that again.
Bro, streaming's only getting it bigger and bigger and bigger. So, do you and Joey Manu go at it? Like, both? Or does he play a different? Doesn't he?
Nah, he plays, but like, I don't play with. I've played with him, but not like
regularly.
Serious. Yeah, not regularly. Like, to the point where it's like thing. The one I used to play with was Romy.
Oh, really?
When he was like doing his big streaming. Like,
yeah.
Me and him would always like play tournaments and won a fair bit of cash back then.
Oh, I swear.
Yeah.
How many years ago was this?
I think 2-3 years ago. Yeah.
Because didn't he join an esports team?
Yeah, Mind Freak.
Mind Freaks, yeah.
So yeah.
That's so cool, bro. I love hearing that stuff. I tell you what, like, the boys, as long as you can be consistent, like with streaming, as in like fully commit to it, bro, you'll earn more money doing that long term than you will from footy.
Romy was earning good money, bro.
Yeah.
But just
Got to focus on.
I think he's earning more now with that
Well,
deal. With that deal, he's got, bro.
He's about to, absolutely. What anything else that you kind of enjoy doing off the field, or just normal stuff?
Oh, I've been boxing a little bit, eh?
Oh, stop it! Oh, let's get it going, baby.
Nah, just.
Would you jump in the ring?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
Yeah.
Shit, that is sick. Okay, is it are you genuinely like, look, if there was a fight at the end of this, like 24, and Robbo led us, genuinely you'd be keen?
Oh, I don't know. Like I would have to do like a camp and that.
Yeah,
like, but like I would jump in, but I'm not too serious about boxing. The only reason I box is because Tiny, like he needs a sparring partner.
Oh, really?
So I spar him because no one wants to spar him.
Yeah, I wouldn't spar him.
So yeah.
Okay,
like,
so he loves it then?
He loves it, bro. He's even with his ACL, he was boxing.
Yeah,
like he just like after the Freddie fight, like he hated it for like 6 months and then went back and he wants to take it serious, like professional.
Bro, he would be like how explosive is he is, and also like if he was just a boxer, he'd be able to lose a lot of muscle mass, and he'd be flogging like pretty small
he would be.
dudes. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, could you? That'd be mad to have you guys on the same card. Obviously, fighting different blokes, but that's at the end of the year, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have any like people I want to fight. Like I got no one in the NRL like that. Like, oh no, I really want to fight.
Like a rivalry with.
Yeah. Like I don't have any like ops in my NRL. Like in general. Yeah. That's why I would love to box, but I would hate to box. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to like hit someone like that I don't really know or like don't really hate, because I don't hate anyone. Yeah. So it's like.
And I think unless you've actually sparred, it's like it doesn't feel nice hitting someone.
No, it doesn't, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've got to switch off a part of your brain, like empathy or something, because whenever you hit someone, you're just thinking that could be me. Like that could be me getting hit. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling. So heading into 2024, what do you think that you could improve in your game? Like what's the key focus? Like you've got great offload, great motor, heaps of post-contact meters. What do you reckon is something that you want to improve next year?
There's a lot I can improve, like everywhere in my game, but probably mainly my aggressiveness and line speed, and also probably just like confidence, because I used to like ball play a lot back at Penrith. Like I used to have like very high try assists because I was playing second row.
Okay.
And I would always I would be like that ball playing second row guy. But obviously coming into Roosters front row, like looking at Jared and that, they don't ball play. So it's like, you don't really want to, you just want to hit it up and that. Yeah. Just like stuff like that. Yeah.
I think like you and Lindsay could do some like pretty good, like pretty much like what Paddy Carrigan and Payne has to do to a degree. Like they're pretty good with each other, like tipping on and that.
Yeah.
Interesting to see you and Lindsay do that, because I feel like that would be a massive 1-2 punch. And also, obviously, this year you got selected for Samoa. Well, I mean, that would have been a pretty special moment for you.
Yeah, very special, like for my family and that. Like, I never even thought I would play NRL, let alone for my country. So, yeah, it was like surreal, and I wasn't going to play, but I ended up like getting talked into playing. So, ended up.
As in, because your body was tired and you needed a break, or?
Nah, just because like family stuff back home, I wanted to stay and that. And obviously my brothers weren't playing, so I was like, no, might as well just sit this one out. And then my family and that talked me into playing, so
What was it like looking down, seeing the famous blue jersey?
Nah, it was crazy, like growing up, and like I just wish my grandparents were here to see me put that jersey on. And
100.
Yeah, but it's just crazy, bro. Like I wouldn't even imagine putting on a Samoan jersey. Yeah, but I was just obviously didn't have the camp we wanted, but it was mad getting around all the boys.
Did you play against Australia or
both? I played both.
You played both?
Yeah, I played both.
What was it like lining up against Kiwis and like the Australian side?
Very different, Like obviously the Aussies don't have a haka, and then the Kiwis do, and the Aussies boys they were both freaks, like freak of teams, but I just felt like the Maldives, like I don't know, they just like more intimidating,
aggressive.
Like, like, and then like when they were doing the haka, like bro, they were like all staunchy me, and I was like, hey, well, go look at somewhere else, bro, don't staunch me. Like, and then like I was like ended up like the boys like Joey Manu and they were doing the haka and Storchie, and I was laughing, bro. I couldn't stop laughing because I can never take anything serious. Like I was laughing, bro. And then they ended up laughing during the haka.
Oh, really?
And they were like, came up to me after the game, like, idiot, stop laughing, bro. We're trying to be serious. I go, bro, you know I can't be serious. I laugh in every meeting, everything. Like, I can't take anything serious. So yeah, it was just funny, bro.
That's fucking funny. So outside of like footy, obviously you want to, you know, play really well next year. What else is like the plan for the, you know, foreseeable future? Like, or, you know, in 4 or 5 years, do you just want to be the best footy player you can be, or are there other things that you would love to do?
Nah, bro, I want to play Origin and that. Play for Australia, obviously, because we are half Aussie and we were born and raised here. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my goal is this year to try to crack into the Origin. Yep. If I can even make the 17 for Roosters. But, yeah, like, got to focus on that first. But, yeah, obviously play Origin. I dreamed of playing Origin. That's the only games I watch now. Yeah. It's the Origin games and Grand Final. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. So the grand final, bro. Yeah. Oh, don't oh, sorry, bro. I was going for the boys, eh?
Far out. Yeah, I mean, Origin, like it is a different beast. Look, watching Origin, like it is the pinnacle of like, and every year it feels like it gets better, especially now that 8 in a row or that dynasty for Queensland is gone. Even though as a Queenslander, I love that shit, but it's watching it now. It's so you don't know who's going to win. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, whereas obviously in that 8 in a row, you kind of look, Cameron Smith's going to do something hectic. Lockie's going to do something hectic. Whereas now it's like, it's almost anyone's game.
Yeah, 100. Bro, the talent now from like both teams, it's crazy. Like to even like think of trying to crack that team. But yeah, just like, bro, the whole from like 1 to 17, like every player could break the game. Yeah. Like even like, bro, you could see it last year. Lindsay pretty much like broke like those games, a front row, bro, just with his scraps and like him being everywhere. Yeah, like it's crazy, like how one player can just change the game. And like obviously you saw it in the grand final with Cles. Like, bro, the last 20 minutes, like
I never seen anything like that.
Yeah, like this first 60 minutes, like you wouldn't have think like, oh, Cles is gonna pull this out of his, you know, and then the last 20 he just goes and does that,
bro. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, nah, same.
Just flip the switch. Yeah, and it was just I feel like it was a 20 minutes where he almost like realized how good he was. Yeah, and he just said, "Nah, like enough's enough. I'm no longer going to be not confident in certain areas. I'm just fucking going." And he fucking, it's the best 20 minutes I've ever seen by 7 in the grand final. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah. Just the craziest thing I've ever seen.
And also like just the different things that he did, like it was his ball running, it was his organisation, it was his kicking game, and to bounce back, because like his first 60, it wasn't that, like it was,
he was, bro, good. Like he knows, like he wasn't there, like, and then even like, bro, he was, well, what did he do? His MCO, like the first runner or something, bro, to do it on that, crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Are you going to play the new Warzone then, or nah? Cause just come out today.
Bro, I don't know because I just moved into my house today. Yeah. So still like everything's still
no
packed
internet
up.
in that?
Yeah, no internet.
Has it got NBN?
Oh, I don't know,
Bro, I always, when I move to a new house, I'm always like, does it have NBN? And so we moved to a new house in the Shire. Yeah. It's got NBN. So like 250 megabytes per second, like hectic down. It's so good, bar.
You still game?
No. Sometimes, like if a hectic game comes out, I'll play it. Like I played Diablo 4 when it came out, but didn't end up being that good. Like GTA 6 when that comes out, I'll probably play it. Cyberpunk, played that. I downloaded Warzone last night, but I'm terrible at Warzone now, bro. I used to be mad like 15 years ago. Obviously not in Warzone, but in Call of Duty. Yeah. But I'm fucking terrible now, bro. It's too sweaty, man. Everyone's a fucking pro player.
Yeah, nah, the kids are sweaty, bro.
It's crazy, bro. Can't believe it. Okay, so do you think that, like, are you close to signing a deal, or you're very open to just letting it pan out and then you'll decide on where you'll go? Because you got time. Obviously.
Yeah, I got time. I'm not too sure, because, like, obviously signing a deal now, like, I'm not worth what I'm worth now. Like, I'm still on minimum now. So what I'm going to sign for the next whatever is going to be at least triple of what I'm on now. Yeah. So, like, I'm thinking, like, should I sign it for like my family's sake, or should I just like play it out and see what happens. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm still
Tough
like
decision, eh?
tough decision.
Mm.
But I'll just let my family, like my parents, like talk to me a lot. They pretty much make the decisions for me.
Yeah.
Like whatever they say, like I'm gonna respect and do for them. So yeah.
The good thing is that, you know, you're in such a not a lucky spot because you've worked hard, but you know, all the hard work you've done over the last few years has put you in a position where you're going to be doing something like earning money that, you know, you could only dream of when you're younger.
Yeah.
It's exciting, bro. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
All right, ask all the boys this, bro. Favorite rapper of all time?
Favorite rapper, probably go Puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I can't believe that he released songs like 20 years ago that are still relevant today. Like he was speaking into the future.
Yeah.
Hectic. What's your favorite song with Puck?
Probably Dear Mama.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it, bro. That gets me every time, man.
Yeah, bro.
I have to turn it off.
Yeah, he's crazy, bro. I love him, eh?
Can't be bumping Dear Mama with the boys riding down the street.
Nah, it's
All the
more
boys
solo,
will be
bro.
crying.
Solo, bro. It's a solo song.
Favorite movie of all time?
Remember the Titans for sure.
Yeah, it's a gun movie. It's actually Fisher, Harrison, Leo, that was their favorite movie yesterday. Gun movie. They don't make, like, I'm trying to think of the last mad sport movie.
Nah, bro, they're all trash now.
Yeah, like, they're nowhere near, like, you got Remember the Titans, Any Given Sunday,
Coach Carter.
Willie Beeman, baby. I used to love Willie Beeman. The ad that he does on the pool where he's, with the song that he sings. Bro, thank you so much for coming on the potty. I really appreciate it. And as you know, bro, massive fan of the way you play. And can't wait to watch you in the next season.
Thank you. Appreciate it being here, eh?
Boom.